Hey guys, welcome to Immortal Realm. Let's start our list. On number 10, we have Chaotic Sword God. Jiang Chen, the publicly recognized number one expert of the Jianghu, his skill with the sword went beyond perfection and was undefeatable in battle. After a battle with the exceptional expert Dugu Qiubai, who had gone missing for over 100 years ago, Jiang Chen succumbed to his injuries and died. After death, Jian Cheng's spirit was transmigrated into a completely foreign world. Following an extremely fast growth, his enemies piled up one after another before becoming gravely injured once more. On the gates of death, his spirit had mutated, and from that moment henceforth, he would tread on a completely different path of the art of the sword to become the sword god of his generation. This is a manhwa in which the main character goes to a different world and he is reborn as a baby. This manhwa also has a light novel, but if we compare the light novel with the manhwa, then I will say that the light novel is many times better than the manhwa. Number 9 on our list is another popular manhwa known as Immortal Invincible. From a thieving child to one who would shake the world, rising to the title of Immortal Master, one of the godly 12 stars, but he was ultimately betrayed. Now he had been given a chance to change that and create a better future for both him and the world. Watch how the legend once again rises for the Immortal Master. If you are looking for a smart, overpowered main character, then you are going to get one in this manhwa. The art of this manhwa is very beautiful and the story is also very intriguing. This manhwa is very similar to Volcanic Age and is one of the best martial arts webtoon. So in my opinion, you should definitely read this manhwa, and if you have already read it, then we shall move on to the next one. Number 8 on our list is The Dark Magician Transmigrates after 66,666 years. Diablo Volfir, a mighty magician whom no one in the world could defeat. Even the 12 gods together couldn't defeat the mighty magician, but ultimately, using their schemes, they sealed him. Eventually, after thousands of years, the seal broke, and after 66,666 years have passed, our main character descends once again into the earth, and this time he is reborn as a baby in a noble house. He is enraged to get his revenge. Now, if you think that our main character would be weak at the start, then you are very wrong. Even though he is reborn as a baby, but he still is very overpowered. The story is very interesting. It only has 6 chapters because it released recently, but we should bookmark it and wait for the new chapters. Also, there is a big surprise for all the people who love solo leveling, and that is our main character is a necromancer. Number 7 on our list is Return of the Manhua Sect. Now I cannot say that this manhwa is a manhwa in which the main character is reborn as a baby, but I can say that the main character is reborn in the body of a child. Chunmyung, the 13th disciple of the Manhua sect, one of the 3 great swordsmen, Plum Blossom Sword Saint, defeated Chunma, who has brought destruction and disarray into the world. After the battle, he breathes his last breath on top of the headquarter mountain of the heavenly demon sect. He is then reborn after 100 years in the body of a child, but this child is that of the Beggars Union. The moment he finds out that Manhua sect has fallen, it was at that moment the main character set a goal, and that was to revive the Manhua sect to its former glory and even surpass it. This is a very beautiful story, and we have a smart and overpowered main character. The art is very good, and this is a martial arts manhwa. Number 6 on our list is Reverse Villain. Now this is another popular manhwa which you might have already read. Jungwoo, who was reincarnated in the past and tried to conquer Murim, continued his conquest. Because of Shinryong, who is left in a reincarnation cycle, along with him he fails to conquer Murim. Shinryong is the hero, whereas Jungwoo is the villain, or you can say he is the anti-hero. In the end, even the 5th attempt fails and he is reincarnated into the modern times. Now, reincarnating into the modern times has changed Jungwoo's passion. But who could have thought that In this world, monsters exist, but the biggest monster is our main character himself. Everyone who underestimates our main character eats dust the next moment. Not only is our main character merciless, but he is very smart. He is a smart schemer as well as he is very overpowered. The art is very good and the story is also very interesting. The only problem is that the manhwa has very irregular updates. Number 5 on our list is The Scholar's Reincarnation. Now if you are looking for a manhwa that is very similar to Immortal Invincible, then you can try this manhwa. A martial artist claiming himself to be a murderer is defeated by a suicide attack during a battle and is reborn as a firstborn child to a local lord. Having a fresh start, a warm family and a little sister to protect, he decides to become a better person in his new life. Not only is our main character a very caring son and a very caring brother, but he is also very smart. Our main character is often underestimated by the enemies, but later when they see the skills of our main character, they are filled with reverence. Our main character is extremely strong and the story is also very interesting. The art is kind of similar to Immortal Invincible, but it is also very beautiful. So you should definitely try this manhwa as it has more than 150 chapters. Number 4 on our list is Devil Down Under. This is a very interesting yet short manhwa because it has only a total of 38 chapters and they are in Korean, but only 11 chapters are translated. The translators probably didn't translate it because the manhwa was very short, so you can say that it was last updated in December 2020. Beelzebub, the king of the devils that stands tall over all the others, but after being betrayed by his own subordinate and killed, he was reincarnated. But instead of being reincarnated as a devil, he is reincarnated as a human child. This manhwa is full of comedy as well as there are a very few action scenes. The art is average, but the story is interesting. The main character is very selfish and he only thinks about himself, but you can say that the character development is worth it, as I have not read more than 11 chapters because only 11 chapters are translated in English, but I have seen the raws, so by seeing the raws I can guess what is going to happen next. So you can definitely try this manhwa. Number 3 on our list is Strongest Fighter. This is a Korean manhwa. Now, we all have read manhwas in which the main character would be some heavenly demon or something or someone great accomplished in the world of martial arts and then he dies and gets reincarnated. But this manhwa is basically an isekai manhwa in which a normal person who was one day having a shopping trip with his girlfriend, but he got into an accident. Yes, it is the same truck Kun, and after that he realizes that he is in a different world. He is in a martial arts world and he is reborn as a baby. He is then adopted by an elder from the Jongnam clan, which was once one of the 9th strongest clans. He receives the name Ganchang and uses his knowledge of the past life in order to learn the true meaning of martial arts. You can say our main character is very overpowered and he is also very smart. He says that when your perspective is different, your martial arts changes. Armed with knowledge, Ganchang brings about a new age of martial arts. The art is beautiful and the story is also very intriguing. Number 2 on our list is Chronicles of the Heavenly Demon. Yes, I have been mentioning this manhwa from the previous 2 videos. This manhwa is really very good and it is also very underrated. The successor of the Spearmaster sect and his apprentice Hyuk-won Seong were extremely powerful martial artists, but they were framed for learning demonic art. But actually they were very good people. But we all know that good people don't live longer in the cruel martial arts world, and because of that they died a helpless and pitiful death by the hypocrites of the Orthodox sect. The moment Won Seong faced his death, the artifact of the Spearmaster sect emitted a light and gave him a new life. The life as number 900, a trainee of the demonic cult. Isn't this an irony? In the previous life he was from the Orthodox sect and now he is from the demonic cult. He uses the knowledge of demonic cult as well as the knowledge which he obtained as the Spearmaster sect's apprentice in his previous life to get revenge on all the people who betrayed him and his master and framed him for learning the demonic art. And on number 1, we have the best manhwa in which the main character gets isekai'd and is reincarnated as a baby. That manhwa is the beginning after the end. In this manhwa, we have an awesome main character. I can say that people who have already read Solo Leveling will definitely love this manhwa. King Grey has unrivaled strength, wealth and prestige in a world that was governed by martial ability. However, solitude lingers closely behind those with great power, and unfortunately, King Grey dies. But the moment he opens his eyes, he realizes that he is in a different world and he is reborn as a baby. Now this world was full of magic and monsters. The king has a second chance to relive his life. Not only that, but our main character also gets the love of his family, which he didn't receive in his previous life, and thus he cherishes it and lives a happy life. But who would have thought that underneath the peace and prosperity of the new world is an undercurrent which is threatening to destroy everything that he has worked for. That's all for today's video. Some of you had requested me for creating this video, so I made it, although it was a bit late, but I hope you can forgive me. Thank you, and we'll meet in the next video. Have a very beautiful day.